And the NOPD makes an arrest in a Bourbon Street shooting that hurt 5 people early Sunday morning.
Chief Ferguson also wants you to see the 36 confiscated guns. WGNO's Kenny Lopez is at NOPD headquarters with the latest. Kenny.
Now, NOPD held this press conference today to emphasize the responsibility of being responsible, the importance of being responsible when it comes to firearms, especially on large event weekends like Bayou Classic. Superintendent Ferguson said over the weekend, in conjunction with the Louisiana State Police, they made 60 gun arrests in downtown New Orleans. 51 of those gun arrests happened on Bourbon Street. In addition to the gun arrests early Sunday morning on the 200 block of Bourbon Street, 2 subjects, an 18-year-old and 17-year-old, were detained after an argument in which 5 were shot but recovering. NOPD says they have now arrested the 18-year-old Deshaun Meyer. He's booked on 5 counts of second-degree battery. In another incident that happened Saturday night on Canal Street, an 18-year-old from Baton Rouge was shot and killed. Police have arrested a 15-year-old who's being charged with second-degree murder. With all of this, Ferguson says guns and New Orleans gatherings just don't mix.
But I think what we really need to have a conversation about and really be clear with is that these senseless acts are not indicative of who we are in the city of New Orleans. We want people to come to New Orleans and have fun. We want you to come and enjoy yourselves. We want you to come and be safe, but we also want you to come and be responsible.
NOPD says 3 of those arrested this weekend were convicted felons, and so far this year, 2,456 guns were seized by the NOPD. Kurt and Susie.
A lot of guns. All right, thank you, Kenny.
So once again, the question becomes how to stop the violence in New Orleans.
A former chief thinks he knows a big part of the problem. WGNO's LBJ is here with that interview. LBJ.
Yeah, Susie and Kurt, it's been one of the most violent stretches in recent memory. Unfortunately, this is not the first time we've had this conversation, but a former police superintendent says changing the results on the ground is the charge of the people at the top, and voters have to realize that. Beginning with last weekend's killing of an 8-year-old uptown, 7 homicides have followed. In that same stretch, there have been 13 shootings with 18 victims. But former NOPD head Ronald Serpas says change must happen at the top of city leadership.
Elections have consequences. The people of New Orleans elected this council. They've elected this mayor. They are the people who have the keys to the castle. They are the ones who have to make plans, policies, practices, and changes.
Perhaps the incident getting the most attention this weekend is the 5 people shot on Bourbon Street Saturday night. Checkmate Charlie is a chess player who works the same 200 block of Bourbon Street, and he says that even the criminal elements know of the shortcomings with the police, and that adds to dangers in the city.
The world is aware of that. New Orleans don't have any cops, you know what I mean? It's a lot been going on, I understand, but we just need a little bit more safety than what we have, you know.
Serpas agrees, but doesn't lay blame on the NOPD.
Chief Ferguson has been given a football team with 6 players, and he's playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't have enough officers to be free from other responsibilities that need to be handled to go look for the hot spots with the problem people. LB, it's the only scientifically proven method way to police.
Until that happens, folks that frequent the quarter and many other parts of the city share many of the same fears.
I actually feel unsafe every day. Like literally, it's intense.
And former Chief Serpas also says that while the issue of officer pay is important and the city has worked to address that, the more important issue is departmental support. He says he believes that residents support the cops across the city, but police don't feel that there's consistent support by elected officials, and when things go wrong, police are the first to blame.
Sometimes that is the case. Thank you, LB.
Sure.